Hi, everyone out there. I hope this finds you well. My name is Kevin Parker, and I'm a senior at Eastern Kentucky University majoring in psychology with a goal to become a clinical therapist upon graduating graduate school. Today, I'm going to be presenting the pursuit of well being in a modern world. So sit back, relax, and let's take the journey together. To begin to define what well being is would be a very complex task. Instead, I challenge you to contemplate what well being means to you. Is it your physical health? Is it your sense of satisfaction with your life? Is it a strong religious, spiritual, or even moral connection? That belief in a higher power, or powers, if that suits you, that has your best interests at heart? Is it your success and the ability to live without financial worries and being monetarily secure? Is it your mental health and the lack of stress and anxiety in your life? Better yet, is well being a culmination of all these things? For simplicity's sake, I'm defining well being as a letter, a culmination of physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and mental well being, as that's what well being means to me. With the challenges faced by today's society, well being seems to have taken a direct hit. With COVID-19 looming over our heads, directly affecting the physical health of many and indirectly affecting our emotional, spiritual, financial, and even mental health, the effort we must expel to find and manage our own well being has increased exponentially. Many individuals are battling for their lives due to the physical effects of COVID-19, while others are required to stay home in isolation, thus affecting their mental and emotional health. Some are not even able to congregate at their places of worship for fear of spreading this disease, while the number of individuals who are unemployed due to business closures is at an unprecedented level in this nation. The vicious circle attacks our very foundation of well-being. In an article called The Evolution of Happiness, David Buss identified barriers that prohibit our own well-being. He also described ways in which the modern individual can improve their own well-being, which include increased closeness of extended kin, the development of deep and meaningful friendships, reducing subjective distress, and the fulfillment of desires. Unfortunately, with the introduction of COVID-19 in modern society, even these are harder to accomplish. We are quarantined and isolated, and the feelings of those meaningful relationships and closeness seem to have been stripped away as we're forced to rely on Skype, phone calls, social media, or visiting relatives and loved ones behind windows and glass doors as we are required to maintain a 6-foot distance from others. We can no longer have a close conversation with a friend over drinks or dinner, and we cannot share a hug with a loved one due to the fear of spreading this awful disease. Our subjective stresses have increased as we struggle to find the elusive package of toilet paper, cleaning products, face masks, and even food items with which we can feed our families. Many suffer from being unemployed, and due to the unheard of volume of those filing, many people are still waiting on their benefits, some as long as 6 or more weeks. Without that assistance, many are unable to pay their bills, put food on the table, and honestly don't know when they'll be able to go back to work. Many fear of a second wave of COVID-19 once businesses are allowed to open again, causing more death and panic, similar to the Spanish flu of 1918, where approximately 50 million people lost their lives and 1/3 of the world's population became infected. As of the date of this recording, May 6, 2020, there are 256,880 reported deaths worldwide as a result of COVID-19. Is history indeed repeating itself? And now on the news, they're reporting the sighting of Asian killer hornets on U.S. soil, which has further added distress and worry to many individuals. A lot of people are saying, "What's next, 2020?" Indeed, today is somewhat reminiscent of the biblical plagues of Egypt. Not to the same extent, but death, pestilence, famine, and instead of locusts, we may be dealing with Asian hornets. Many individuals are teaching their kids from home, working from home, like myself, and are trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. I can't speak for you, but having my kitchen table serve as my office, classroom, and where I eat my dinner every night is kind of driving me mental. We're encouraged to pursue mental health therapy via Skype or through other technological means. Personally, the thought of adding yet another function to my kitchen table and making it my therapist's office is far from appealing. There seems to be no separation of professional and personal spaces, and that can also impact our mental health. I personally often feel like I'm going round and round in circles till I am very, very dizzy, much like Cinderella. Work, work, work. There just aren't enough hours in the day. Fortunately, there are methods to seek well-being, even in the darkest times. So what's one to do in order to achieve a sense of well-being in this troubled time, you might ask? We're encouraged to get out of the house and enjoy nature, yet many parks are still closed off to the public. Most of us have some variation of cabin fever to the point that just getting outside to check the mail is a joy. Know that you are not alone. And while it sounds strange, a few minutes of meditation, deep breathing, and even sunshine can actually help trigger your brain to release serotonin, which contributes to your well-being and happiness. If you are someone who has to be on the go, then going for a walk around your neighborhood, even walking laps or circles around your yard, even dancing in your house can create endorphins. To paraphrase Elle Woods, exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't kill their spouses or family. They just don't. If you're unable to do physical activity, focus on you. Everyone needs me time. I personally crochet items for my friends and family as a way to de-stress and to let the world and my thoughts fade into non-existence. It's a moment of peace that I have for myself. It's perfectly normal, and sometimes it's necessary to spend 30 minutes or so a day on yourself. If you cannot take care of your own mental and emotional health, then you won't be able to efficiently and effectively take care of others. You can even use your me time to do something productive for someone else. Often giving back to others provides us with more happiness and a sense of well-being than if we dote on ourselves. It promotes a sense of achieving something and helping someone else. We've all seen the hoarders and panic buyers who bought everything for themselves. And sadly, it can appear that instead of we the people, this nation has become me the person. We have also seen people leaving groceries for the homeless or those without, the many crafters making and donating masks to nursing homes, hospitals, and individuals in need. We've seen so much negative, but we've also seen a lot of positive as we've come together to help one another out during this very trying time. Look for the light at the end of the tunnel and make a conscious effort to think positive. I always say, positive out brings positive in. And studies have also shown that our own well-being is heightened when we do for others and when we maintain a positive outlook. While that can be difficult, if not nearly impossible for some, especially during this COVID-19 crisis, it is crucial now more than ever that we try and focus on the positive. I'm sure you've heard stories of nuclear families, an individual, their spouse, their children, etc., and their household spending more time together. You've heard of the lower pollution levels as the world is actually healing itself. and of the wildlife that are coming back to the areas that were once robbed of their presence due to human influence and our own pollution. This is the time to focus not on the bad, but of what we as a society can do to improve not only our way of life, but also improve our environment. These steps can build and help our own well-being. Take the time to smell the flowers and appreciate each moment in your life, because fortunately, if you're watching this, you're still here and you have so much more to give. So stay safe, promote positivity, because no matter what happens, it will get better. Thank you,